League. We're up to day 11 in the Season 1, and this is going to be the first game out of a best of 3 between 5NQ and Zephyr DOTA. Already a few bans under the way, Tenbird. We have the Invoker and, of course, the Doom, or formerly Doombringer, out of the picture from Zephyr's end, and 5NQ, they're going for the first ban on the Visage.
Yeah, I mean, these are all just very standard bans. Like, nobody wants to play against those heroes. I mean, I guess Visage kind of fell off, but I mean, the hero never really falls off. He's still a very strong hero, so I can see why they ban.
Yeah.
The first pick, Lycan, I mean, that's pretty standard lately, I guess.
And 5NQ following it up with the Nature's Prophet as well as Ancient Apparition. I mean, these 4 heroes here are seen all the time in the current competitive scene, and even a second phase Ember Spirit ban from Zephyr as well. So what do you think about the current hero selects and bans so far from these teams?
I think they both have, like, very, they have standard 2 picks. They pick two like, really hot heroes right now. Like, they pick, what, Lycan and, what was it? Lycan and, Batrider.
Yeah.
Like, you got one of the most powerful offlaners in the game and one of the best pushers and carries, like, most popular carry in the game.
Also, it's Radiant Batrider as well, so.
Yeah, Radiant Batrider is broken.
I've been hearing a few Dota pro players say that it's just too good. There's too much you can do with that hero. You're going to get farm and experience no matter what. You can't really shut down the hero in the offlane.
It's too easy. You need a specific set of heroes to.
It's a specific set of skills.
5NQ's draft looks just pretty standard, though.
Yeah, so far. I guess we're going to have to wait a little bit to figure out what they're going to run beyond the Nature's Prophet and Ancient Apparition. I mean, I guess Ancient Apparition can be run mid lane, but we don't see that too often.
No, nobody ever does that anymore. That's like TI1. Like, everyone,
Yeah.
You guys watching free to play, everyone seeing, Dendi play AA mid. That's the thing of the past. Nobody does that anymore.
The Shadow Shaman's the 3rd pick for 5NQ, and I guess maybe we could see him in the middle lane. It's possible.
Well, we run that twice, that support duel twice yesterday, so I highly doubt it would be a mid Shadow Shaman. I mean, it's possible, but it's not very common.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we got a TA now.
Yeah, we got the TA, which is going to solve that problem. So the Templar Assassin certainly going to be mid for 5NQ, and we'll probably be seeing a tri-lane with the Nature's Prophet in the offlane, and that just leaves the position 1 carry hero left for 5NQ to grab. And Zephyr, they got the Shadow Demon as well as the Sand King, so we're seeing a lot of heroes that Zephyr looks to be pretty comfortable with in their roster.
This is a very standard Zephyr draft. I don't really agree with the TA draft, though, for 5NQ. I mean, they have a Batrider. Like, it's really useless against that hero. Like, all they have to do is drag him in, And the Firefly just kills his refraction.
Yeah, and, like, imagine if Zephyr last picked, like, Viper mid, which just destroys the TA.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty bad for them.
The Luna pickup is the last hero. It's going to be a Death Prophet, though, from Zephyr DOTA. So what do you think about the Prophet versus the Templar Assassin?
I'd assume that the Templar Assassin will have a slight edge, but, I mean, Death Prophet does fine. He has one of the best nukes in the game. He can push out the lane, get all the runes, and, he'll get what he needs. He won't necessarily lose the lane, and once the TA leaves the lane once, he can just push his tower.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the heroes are picked. It's time to move into our first Tier 1 match of the day between Zephyr DOTA and their opposition 5NQ, broadcasted by Whiplash and Tenbird. What is that Luna doing, man?
I didn't see what.
It looks like he was kind of like humping the ground in a very inappropriate way.
That is inappropriate. I like that courier, though.
Yeah, the courier's looking pretty sick.
Zephyr has a nice courier, too. I should ask them for it. I do them a lot of favors, because I even have to order them food, man. These guys are so ridiculous.
Dude, come on. Like, Blitz, he speaks Korean.
Yeah, that guy is obnoxious, man. Like,
he's so lazy.
Order your own damn food, man. You don't have. He called me like 2 in the morning once. Like, can you order me some food? I was like, are you serious? Like, that's just obnoxious. The funny thing is I did it, though. Anyways, yeah. Back to the game.
Cool, we got some foreigners in the crowd watching some Korean Dodo.
Yeah, lanes are looking pretty standard, nothing out of the ordinary. You know, so both teams are opting for the safe lane, tri-lane.
Yep. Pretty standard stuff. Nothing really notable on either end. As far as lineups go, I know you said you weren't a huge fan of the TA, but overall, these lineups between the teams, any preferences or favorites?
It all depends on execution, but I think a free farming Lycan is much more beneficial than a free farming Luna. And I like what Bambo's doing right now. He's he's picking up the haste rune and dragging 4 creeps.
Yeah, so he's going to get the full experience from all of these creeps pretty much, and there's nothing that 5NQ can really do about that.
Absolutely nothing.
So that's going to be a nice pickup for Bambo. Oh, these heroes, though, they're chasing a little bit, pulling a bit of aggro back, so maybe if they're lucky they can get a deny or 2 on the creeps, but Bambo is still hugged pretty close towards that tower, so he's going to be happy about it.
He's going to be safe. He's at least going to get the full wave of EXP.
Yeah, indeed. So Bambo already picking up a few kills. Look at the Luna with 4 branches and a ring of protection there.
Well, that's pretty standard. I like to get that build a lot too. I mean, in pubs, I will get a Wraith Band. Actually, here I think it's fine because if they want to push, having a Ring of Basilius is really good too. So I mean, I like his build.
Yeah, and 5NQ, they actually have a pretty push-centric lineup if you think about it. The Shadow Shaman with the Nature's Prophet and late game the Luna throwing her glaives around. It's going to be a good amount of pushing power.
Yeah, but the problem is that, I mean, Zephyr has so much more pushing potential than they do. I mean, well, I would say a lot more, but I guess their split push is a little better.
Yeah, with the Lycan and the Nature's Prophet, they're going to be able to do work. And I love to see the Death Prophet picked up because I feel like she's a really good hero, but we just don't get to see her too often.
Well, it's really easy to gank. She's like, she has no escape.
Yeah.
Her stats are okay, but I mean, if she gets stunned, she's just gonna die. Especially if it's TA. TA has so much burst early.
Oh, that is a good point you bring up, Tenbird, but at least after you get a few items on her, she does move pretty fast.
Yeah, she does. I mean, she has a passive that makes her faster, so yeah.
All right, well, so far it's certainly not an insane game aggression-wise like the first match of the day when we had the Roshan kill before the game started and like a tier 2 tower down at like 3 minutes into the match, something ridiculous like that. This is certainly more of a standard Dota game, and I don't think we're going to be able to see too many of those all-in push strategies just because they'll be easily countered once people figure them out.
Yeah, not only that, I think it's a matter of mind games. Like when you play a BO3, you don't want to try to use cheesy stuff. I mean, you do once in a while, but I mean, not as much as you would see in like best of ones.
Yeah, you want to just, I guess, win more through your skill, especially if you're the better team. Well, sexy Bambo playing that annoying bat roll, getting a few stacks of napalm on the enemies, but still, no bloodshed has occurred as we move past 3 minutes into the game, but Bamboo, he's trying to scare me, but I know he's safe, but he's still scaring me a little bit. There's a lot of disable available.
Well, he had Firefly, and the Rockstone was too far anyway. He was okay.
Oh, Purge, gonna start with the disruption. No follow-up from the rest of the Zephyr gang, but this is going to kind of keep the Nature's Prophet away, at least for the time being, and
this should be an easy T1 tower.
Yeah, that's what it seems to look like, Tenbird. They're going to have a lot of people here that help take out that tower.
Oh, never mind. He pulls the creep in. I'd assume they'd have the... Well, the SC took too many hits to keep driving him off the lane.
Yeah, it looks like Ranto, he'll be claiming some experience for the time being, and Aosin kind of guarding that rune in the bottom lane. And early Tranquil Boots for the Batrider.
Oh, if you look at the stats, just like I estimated, the Death Prophet will just fine mids. I mean, her nuke's so good.
Indeed, but Blitz, he could be in a bit of trouble. There's a hasted Ancient Apparition chasing him down, but the TA nowhere to be found, grabbing a bottle or doing a little bit of bottle crowing from the look of things. So FX...
It's just a little harass.
Yeah, just a little harass, a little poke. And the TA isn't that far behind in last hits. Bamboo getting a bit low on Elf. He needs to be careful now and needs to kind of regenerate up a little bit at least.
A very passive game. I mean, both teams, they're just, just farming, pulling, getting what they can. But I think as this game is played out, Zephyr will, just keep getting the advantage.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, you said you'd rather have a farming Lycan than a farming Luna early game?
Yeah, definitely.
What's the reason behind that specifically?
Well, his solo pushing potential is just much more. There's so much more a Lycan can do. A Lycan with one item can go into the jungle. He can wipe out all the jungle. He can go Roche. There's just so many options for him. Luna, he can't go Roche. Her solo pushing isn't as great as, a Lycan's. Like, you can't really compare.
No, I guess so. So the Luna, overall, still a good hero, but in the current situation, the Lycan is the favored hero to get the farm as far as these teams go. And we're seeing a lot more creep stacking from Zephyr. I guess the Lycan's going to be able to deal with that, and the Bat Rider as well.
Yeah, it's probably for the Bat Rider. I mean, they want Bat Rider to get a blink under 10 minutes. I mean, it's just so devastating to play against that. Like, a lot of inexperienced teams, they'll just,
Blitz looks like he could be in a lot of trouble. Can he escape? Oh, no, not with Ranto porting in. There's your first blood going to the Prophet. So 5NQ taking a very early lead as far as kills are concerned. That was pretty well executed, and, like you mentioned, there's not much escape potential for the Nature's Prophet, and once she got caught, that was curtains.
Yeah, if you like one stun, you're dead. Like, what can you do? I mean, they did use 4 heroes for it, but I mean, it was worth it.
Certainly.
It was first blood.
Yeah. Ranso already back in the bottom lane, and Eosin just picking up a little bit of farm in the off lane. I guess some extra experience as well, while the Bat Rider moves to kind of just handle the jungle for the time being. And what's up with these 3 separate tracks on the high ground?
Well, it's to get potential kills. Like, and not only that, it gives vision. So I mean, it's still pretty good. Like, he can pop all 3, and then but that's so much slow. Like, Death Prophet can't run anywhere.
Yeah, I guess if she's stuck in position, she's not gonna survive for that long.
That's actually pretty standard to do that.
Don't see too many TAs nowadays, I feel. It's kind of fallen off a little bit. Like, she'll still be picked now and then, but not as some of these other heroes. But Ranto, that was a bad place for him to be in. Look at the upfront DPS from Corey. He just shredded to the Nature's Prophet the pieces.
He got disintegrated.
Yeah, he got disintegrated.
I think they should be able to get a tower out of this, too.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for them. Bambo's coming nearby. Can he get a lasso on KSH? Oh, he's looking for a flame break. There's the lasso, but a sheep on Bambo. It doesn't last for that long. Out comes the ultimate from the Death Prophet. Sagan looks to not survive this engagement, and indeed he'll fall. Eosin joining the fight, but it's not even that necessary for him to be there. And we do see the first tower taken by Zephyr, and they also take a single kill lead. So now, about 8 minutes into the match, Zephyr leads 2-1 over 5NQ.
I think the TA, was a bit wishful thinking, like trying to dive. I mean, he did have a DD, but trying to dive a Death Prophet in front of his tower, that's just wishful thinking, in my opinion.
Yeah, once you release those spirits, all you have to do is, like, run around, stall a little bit, get an ally to help you out, and it was a good thing that Bambo was nearby as well. I think he did a big play in that, but we have a lot more action happening in the top lane and a bit in the mid as well, but just looks to be a bit of jousting as neither side secures a kill. But it does seem to be like the Shadow Demon is pretty low on health, and may have to kind of be on the sidelines for the time being. But there's your Blink Dagger from the TA, getting it before her boots, actually, just naked boots available.
That's kind of a weird pickup. I'm not used to seeing that, but I mean, if you can use it well, why not?
Yeah, it's a little bit unorthodox, but like you said, the important thing is making it work.
Yeah, if he can make it work, I mean, no one's gonna flame your item builds if it works.
Yeah, that's true. I don't see anyone flaming Arteezy for getting Midas on like every single hero.
Who would flame Arteezy though? That's Artor, man. That's the A god. You can't flame.
Yeah, you can't flame A god. I think he's actually like my favorite player in Dota. Sorry, Tenbird.
Oh, it's okay. You don't have to be sorry to me, man. What a player.
What a player. Love Arteezy. All right, well, they're
kind of a dickhead though, but what a player.
What a player. He's great. Kind of a dickhead, but He's a good player.
Well, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can be the biggest stick you want as long as you have the skill to back it up, I suppose.
Exactly.
People may not like you, but they kind of have to respect your skill.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, well, Bambo has picked up his Blink Dagger, and he's smoked up as well, so he is looking for blood. As soon as that TA shows his face, we're going to see a Blink Lasso, I feel, from him. And there it is. There's the Blink and Lasso follow-up. Blitz with the Exorcism, and Purge with a little bit of extra health. That's an easy kill. Oh, yeah. Blitz. Is he going to get frozen? No, he's not. He actually just runs forward, and the DPS is good to finish off the Ancient Apparition. This is looking pretty solid for Zephyr. TP is away. Ranso is looking for a kill.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, this is why the TA, I disagree with the TA pick. Like, he literally can't do anything against that Bat Rider. Like,
the TA, man, it's not working out that well for 5&Q. It does look like they're going to get the Tier 1 tower in the top lane. They have the wards as well to help out. Yeah, just the Shadow Demon alone won't let that survive. And down it goes. Corey's continuing with amazing farm, and Zephyr almost always give Corey a great amount of room to farm. And, you know, he really takes it to the best of his abilities with up to 74 last hits, 11 minutes in the game.
Yeah, I mean, he's an amazing carry player, and he has two great core players to give him so much space to farm. I mean, he's been sitting on bottom lane for the longest time with no interruptions. He's leading the charts, and he's just going to be a monster this game too. It's going to be so hard to deal with.
Yeah, I believe we're going to be seeing an early Necro Minion from him. That's generally the go-to item for Lycan nowadays, once you get that Vladimir's. And indeed, there's the Necro Minion 1 book for the Lycan, and we've also seen a Hand of Midas finally picked up by the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard timing. I mean,
yeah,
it's important now how Ollie does, but I mean, it's hard to split push when there's a Bat Rider on the team, well, on the opposing team.
So compared to last match, well, Sagan could be in trouble. Hitting him with the Molotov cocktail, but just scaring him away and making sure that Blitz can go ahead and grab that rune. But still, Zephyr are looking to initiate. They're pinging on Cynical. In comes the Sand King. Aosin stunning him. Epicenter ultimate follow-up. That is one dead Luna. I feel like that was almost overkill.
Like, I mean, they want to secure the kill. I think it was fine. But, like, he shouldn't have been there. I mean, he saw the Sand King coming. I think he had time to escape, but I mean, I understand. I played in that booth before. You get nervous and things are loud, and, you're not as aware as, you would be maybe playing from home. Oh, and Blitz gets a deny mid.
Very nice deny from Blitz. So he's at least able to kind of get the best out of that situation. Forcing the fortification as well out of 5&Q, but I don't actually think, yeah, they don't have anyone nearby. This Tier 1 tower is going to go to Corey, giving him an extra 426 gold, and that's going to bring him just one step closer towards that Necro Minion level 2. And Sagan's still not even level 6, man. He doesn't have those very useful Serpent wards.
Yeah, but this is why I think Zephyr is such a good team. Like, the reason why we lose to them is because Bambo is so good at creating space. Bambo can go, he can go 0 and 10 in the off lane, but he will still manage to create space for his carry. And what fits well with someone with such a good space creator is, such a good carry player. Like, they go so well together. I mean, that's why I think they're winning their games.
Yeah, I mean, if you make the space, your carry is going to get farmed like every game. I almost always see Corey get farm. I think there's only like 2 games I've seen where Corey doesn't get the farm he wants. And during this entire fight, we did see a quick Roshan attempt from 5&Q, but the Wolves scouted it, and I think they're a little bit too afraid, and they do decide to back up.
Yeah, that was wishful thinking too.
So a little bit of dewarding from Purge. He even kills off the Psionic Trap. I mean, this Roshan pit seems to be a pretty dangerous place for 5&Q to be in, but also it looks like Zephyr, they want to have a fight there. I mean, unless they get hit by the AA ultimate, I can't really see them losing a team fight at this stage.
Well, I think AA is kind of in the wrong place. He should be somewhere else, trying to get some farm. I mean, if he needs to hit a 5-man Ice Blast for them to Rosh. Like, if without that 5-man Ice Blast, they can't win a team fight right now. All they have going for them would be a Furion ult and like, I guess the Luna ult, but I mean they have so much more. They have better initiation. Zephyr has so much going for them right now.
Yeah. I mean, Bamboo has picked up so much experience as well, or gold. He has a 4-staff in addition to his Blink Dagger 15 minutes into the match. There goes the tower. That's going to be a big AA ultimate. But Zephyr, it looks like they don't even care. And they're going to still continue to push this, at least from the look of things for the time being. They're still pretty high in health. And yeah, they have the Exorcism Spirits. They're going to go for it. Nice forward initiation from Bambo. Down goes Seigan. He just got destroyed, ripped to pieces. And the tier 2 tower seems to be the next item on the list for Zephyr the kill.
Yeah, this is just way too hard to play against. Like, I mean, look at this. They're just getting demolished in team fights.
Aosin gets a nice follow-up stun, hitting 2 of them, and that's an additional 2 heroes killed off for 5 in Q.
And I think this is Rax. I think this game's over.
Yeah, what can 5 in Q even do to stop Zephyr at this point?
They type GG.
Oh, man. Sand King picked up his Blink Dagger. No defense available for the tier 3 towers. I was hoping for a game to not be so one-sided, but ladies and gentlemen, that's what we are seeing here. Well, there's a good Mass Serpent Wards, but it looks like Corey, he got 4-staffed out of there. And are they going to actually save the towers? It does look like they will. No Zephyr members dead, but the towers at least are alive for 5 in Q, but the question is how long?
Yeah, well, they took the tower, and they had no casualties while they were taking the tower, so I mean... Oh, and there's a courier snipe. I mean, they have a little going for them, but I mean... So the game is looking very rough, and like I said, it's just way too difficult for them to fight. If TA wants to fight, he's gonna need a BKB.
Okay, SH, he got a little bit too aggressive. Tried to pick off Aosin. Oh, wow. Very, very close for Aosin, but he's gonna scuttle away and be quite happy with what happened in that situation. So, I mean, courier snipe, yes, but they lost the TA, and Aosin did manage to survive. But at least Cynical's going to pick up a good amount of farm from this Ancient stack.
Yeah, I mean, it's much needed, too. I mean, he has the Dominator. I mean, you get the Dominator to excel your farm, but he's still very behind compared to the Lycan.
Yeah.
Like, the Lycan's at 9K, while the Luna's at 6.4. I mean, I think this game is just way too difficult right now. I honestly don't know how I would play against this.
Yeah, with Bamboo joining Purge, that's just Ranto using his Midas and his ultimate before he dies, but he's out of the picture. And Seigan looks to be helping out Cynical a little bit, even placing a Sentry Ward nearby, just in case any of Zephyr's members are kind of smoked up nearby. Yeah, Cynical will go ahead and get that farm. Mask of Madness for the Bat Rider. I don't see this item too much on Bat, but what are your thoughts on it?
It's actually pretty standard lately because of Bone 7. This guy gets Mask of Madness.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, you're literally hasted when you pull them out, so you pretty much escape, you know, hands like full HP. They can't.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you have 493 move speed. I guess if you wanted to be like a real dick and get the Yule Scepter, throw them in the air and give you extra movement speed.
Yeah, they do that once in a while, but I mean, I think standard is to get bots. Like, a lot of, like...
Yeah, bots.
It's based on preference. Like, I won't get the Trinko boost, so I'll get it if I really need it. But if I can get my Blink without the Trinko boost, I'll usually get it and save for bots later. But yeah, I think Trinko boost is fine, but the movement speed's not that big of a difference.
Oh, looks like we have a very large engagement happening at the Tier 3 barracks. We see the Shadow Shaman dragged away towards his death, but out come the spirits from Blitz, and he's going to continue doing some damage, but he gets frozen and going to get disrupted as the follow-up